How's everybody doing today? It's a fun day to be around. I'm Bernie. I'm a compulsive gambler. It's also somebody who is trying to break it in comedy. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions about what people like in comedy. What is it that you like in comedy? Is it the off the cuff joke? Is it the bizarre interactions? Is it the silliness of the person? What brings your humor out? What makes you laugh? Now, I'm gonna share a few stories with you, and I'll see what you think of them. Uh, you know, I went to a meeting a while back. I was in a strange town for gambling, and I walked into the room, and after the introduction, I realized it wasn't what I thought it was because they were offering to teach craps, and I figured I had enough craps in my life. Gambling just isn't the thing I want to learn because they were telling me about aces strong and all this stuff. It just didn't fit. Yeah, that one probably wasn't so funny. If you're driving down a highway and that highway has a number like 99, 127, 496, especially 496, and you get pulled over for speeding, you'll be sure to tell them that you weren't speeding because you saw 99, you saw 127. Now 496 is even funner because you say, my car can't go that fast. It'd be airborne. They tend to get a little bit testy on that. But then there's also the problem of if they do pull you over, you ask them if you can give them a ticket because they had to be speeding to catch up with you. Now, one-way streets. That's another thing that really gets my goat when I get pulled over for going down a one-way street. Got pulled over for going down a one-way street. Officer said, "But you're going the wrong way." I said, "I'm only going one way." And when he said, "But it's the wrong way," I said, "Okay, I'll put it in reverse from now on." Those are kind of off the cuff kind of thing. Another thing is I grew up in a family that's kind of bizarre. We had 4 kids, right? And all 4 of us had this knack for Dad. Dad would get calls to come into work. And the phone would ring, and we'd pick it up, and then they'd say, "Is Bernard Zeitler there?" Which is my dad's name. And on occasion, I'd say, "Hey, that's me." And they'd ask me to come into work. And I'd say, "Well, I'm a little young for that. I'm only like 7 or 8, and I don't even know where I'm going to work." Now, the other problem is, when they'd say, "Is your dad home?" I'd holler out, "Hey, Dad, are you home?" And apparently, they'd pick on him when he got back to work. And when he'd walk into work, they'd say, "Hey, Dad, are you home?" And he'd look at them like, "Okay." They call him in for work, and it's either, "Hey, Dad, are you home?" yelled out. Well, the guy on the other end can hear it. Or it's, when I answered, "I don't work for you," type of attitude. And he got in trouble a couple times with that one because I said, "I'm too young to be working for you." They brought him into the office one time. They said, "Hey, I thought you said you were too young to work for us." And he said, "No, that was my son." They never seemed to catch on. Then there's Dad would get mail at work for another Bernard Zeitler in the factory. And oddly enough, they'd be swapping mail. Now, one was in a technical aspect, one was in fix and repair type of thing. Like my dad, he could fix just about anything. This other guy, I don't know. But can you imagine getting somebody else's, or they ordered something and you get it? Now this guy in technical, he'd get some tools and he'd just send them back, not realizing that they were ordered by his counterpart, his doppelganger with the same name in the factory. So, anyway, that's my attempt at trying to do comedy. You let me know what you think, and if it's not good, let me know that too. I've got other jokes that are probably a little more